Good morning, welcome to a new day. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. God is our helper. This is the theme that we find often in the Bible, that God is the one who helps his children. Think of the greatest help that you can ever find in this world. God is 10 times or even 100 times better than the greatest help that you could ever find.
I lift my eyes up to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from you, maker of heaven, the creator of the earth. I lift my eyes. I lift my eyes up to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from you, maker of heaven, creator of the earth. Oh, how I need you, Lord. You are my only hope. You're my only prayer. So I will wait for you to come and rescue me. Come and give me life.
The word for today is taken from Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10, and I'm reading from the English Standard Version. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I'll uphold you with my righteous right hand. Amen. I would like you to focus on one part of the verse this morning. It says like this, that I will help you. I would like you to keep that in your mind as we go on in this devotion. One of the things that we see God does throughout the ages, throughout history, is that God has helped his people. Now think of the greatest help that you can find. God is way better than that. Think of the greatest protection that you can ever find. God is way better than that. His protection, his help is something that all of us need in our life. But oftentimes what we do is, when we face challenges, we run to a man or to a woman thinking that they will solve our problem. We run to them hoping that we will find a solution that we are looking for, but eventually we'll find out that nothing is going to help us because they are just as limited as we are. But we worship a God who is not limited by circumstance. We worship a God who is not limited by any means. He is a God without any limitation. He's sovereign. His power is way more than we could ever imagine or even comprehend. God speaks to us through his word, saying that I will help you. In other translations it says, I will surely help you. The word help is often repeated in the Bible. If you look at the word meaning for help comes from this Hebrew root word which means surround. Now imagine if you're walking on a street late in the night and all of a sudden you see somebody walking towards you, coming to attack you. Just as they come close to you, what if you're surrounded with a protection, like a wall of protection? That's the idea that you get. In your troubles, in your challenges, when fear overtakes your life, God surrounds you with his protection. God surrounds you with his armies. And that's the idea we get whenever we read the word help. And it goes on to say a lot more. If you again look at the word definition for the word help, it means a lot more just than that. It means this, that it means to make your life more pleasant and bearable. So when God says, I will help you, it means that he will improve your life's conditions. He will relieve you of your pain. He will rescue you. He will promote you. He will keep you from trouble. He'll keep you from recurring problems. And also he'll keep you from things that you should not be doing. That's what God means when he says that I will help you. Now we look at every area of our life, we need help in one way or the other. We need assistance, we need advices, we need people to tell us and guide us in many areas. One of the things that we find in scripture is that God is a very great help, and he gives us this promise to help us in every area of our life. All it takes is this, that you have to look unto Him when you need help or assistance. You have to depend on God more and more for your daily sustenance, and then you will see God working out all things for your good. Many times you can read a promise verse and think that, oh, I've read many promise verses, but I've hardly anything comes to life. I'll tell you why it doesn't come to life. You see, promise verses are not lottery tickets. It requires your active participation. You cannot read a promise verse that says, I will help you. But then if you live a life that is away from the Lord, you're not going to experience His help. Though God is ready, you're not ready to receive it. And so what it takes to receive God's promises into our life is an active participation, where what we have to do is we have to depend on Him more and more. The psalmist says like this, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Does my help come from the mountains? No, it comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. The question you have to ask yourself is, where do I lift up my eyes in the times of my trouble? If you're going to look unto man, if you're going to look unto another person, surely going to fail. But if you look unto God, He will surely help you. If you live a life that's dependent on God, He will help you in every area of your life. One thing when you read this verse is that you will find a lot of I will statements. God says, I am with you. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will hold you up. In other words, what we can understand is that God is interested in every part of our life. He is very keen on every detail of our life. But if we are dependent on Him, we will surely receive help from God. I tell you, that's the best help that you could ever find. As you begin your day this morning, as you begin this new month, I want to encourage you. Remember that God is your helper. Run to Him when you need help, not to any other man. Be dependent on Him more and more, and you will experience His great help.
I lift my eyes up to the mountains. Where does my help come from? Comes from you, maker of heaven, creator of the